Okay, yo, what is up? What is up, everyone? Um, I totally prefer trading on TradingView, like recording on TradingView a lot more. I think that's this camera. Uh, excuse the mullet going on. My wife basically dared me to get a mullet, so I got a mullet, and that's where we're at. But anyways, let's crack into this thing. This is gold. Obviously we're on the daily time frame. I dropped an analysis on my YouTube yesterday. Not here. I did an evaluation of the dollar yesterday on here. Um, as you can see though, we just bounced off this trend line. We pushed up, made a new high, and we're kind of floating in a flag. So you can see where I have it right here, bottom of flag. I'm not going to adjust that too much because I like to keep my trend lines exactly where price is. So you won't ever see them overextend too far to the side. Because when you have your flags drawn out all the way over here, you just run into a bunch of confusion. You know, you're trying to forecast for where the market like isn't. Yes, we're forecasting for where the market isn't, but we're not over predicting of where the market is. So yeah, so there's the daily. We're in a flag. We're pretty much moving in this like sideways correction right now. You can see here. Switch my tools over. Again, you have a touch here. There's two, one, two, three, and then we even had a failed break to go lower here. So we failed to go lower here, we failed to go lower here, failed to go lower here, and we just failed to go lower again. But what we did just do is we broke two highs in like the shorter term of things. This is our other high. We broke this one, came here, broke it, dropped back down below, failed to break the low, push back up, failed to break the low again, and then we just broke the last lower high in the smaller view of things. Um, so this is 4 hours still. We're going to drop down again. We're now in our 1 hour time frame. You can see some of the patterns that I like to trade here. A lot of flags, you can see, especially in gold. Flags and liquidity zones, those are my babies. Double bottoms, double tops, flags, and liquidity zones. That's about all you're going to see me trade on gold. So we were just above here yesterday on gold. Okay, touch trend line. I'm not going to forecast or call that it's going to hit off the trend line, then it's going to sell. You're not going to see me do anything like that. I take the market for what it is. If price shows me something that I want to trade, then I'm going to trade it. So the market takes out our double top and touches off trend line, pushes back lower, and then we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop down now to the 30-minute time frame because some of my execution is going to be off the 15. I say a majority of my execution is going to be off the 15-minute, but I'm getting my bias off of the 4 hour and the daily. And then I use the 1 hour, but for like mitigation. I'm not taking it for I don't know. I'm not taking it at its word because it's just so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Because if I'm dropping down onto the 15-minute time frame, then I'm 10 out of 10 looking for an entry. So we're dropped down onto the 15-minute, and you can see we actually had this fell to go higher. We broke back in below the double top, pushed down, came back up. We dropped lower. So after we got a break of this low, okay, after we got a break of this low, we could have been looking for the market to continue to go lower. We got a beautiful flag that showed up and populated here. We'll go ahead and mark it. Beautiful flag. You would have had a reduced risk entry here if you wanted, or you could have taken it right at the top of this, if you're brave, and then really rode your stop loss close. So, and on close on gold is like, I can get my stop if I'm dropping down onto the 5 minute, like 15 pips. But most of the time on gold, like you're gonna be running a 20 pip stop loss, 30 pip stop loss. So that's why I said like I wouldn't have placed my reduced risk entry below here until we had a push up, a rejection back, and then it pushed up again. Then I would have felt comfortable drawing the bottom of my trend line, putting my entry for reduced risk, which means I'm reducing my chance of losing the trade. Stop just above this, right below this right here, and then we would have been targeting these lows. That would have been, close. It wouldn't have exactly hit take profit, but around like 181 points. I didn't take this trade. That trade's for reference. I told people on my YouTube yesterday when I was streaming that I wasn't going to be trading yesterday, so I stuck to my rule because the market hadn't really given us any type of information yet. Same here. That's a pretty steep flag. Not a ton of information given. I would just wait for some more to form. Sometimes in this type of thing, we can get a steep drop down here and then the market pushes higher. Maybe even to collect this liquidity zone at top right there. And then we're just going to delete our old double top. And remember, we just broke this high. We just broke the high. We're not, this is our new low is what we're looking at right here. Okay. So it doesn't have to continue to go too much lower than this. It can dwindle down in this area, but odds are it probably won't stick around too much. We might have a big correction back up of some sort and then looking for a bigger move to the top side. So yeah, that's gold. And then just for kicks and giggles, we're also going to break down. I'm gonna check on Tesla because I'm in on Tesla. Tesla's still looking good. I am looking at it more so on the daily time frame now at this point. I'm not getting out of this trade until it shows me that it is gonna reverse. I'm gonna be taking my profits at $268, $270 a share. There's also, depending on how it reacts to this zone. Okay, so if I get a breakthrough on the daily up to here, and then it comes back, yeah, I might have a little bit of a deeper correction, but I might just end up holding to 300 at that point because over here, there's a failed liquidity zone, that never got grabbed, and if you don't trade liquidity zones, what am I saying when I say liquidity zone? That's just an area of where price came up to here. Again, like price likes to come up, it likes to make these highs, but it always likes to come back up and grab them before heading lower. So in market terminology, some people are going to call these liquidity zones. Some people are going to call them double bottoms, double tops. You might even find like that's your head and shoulder. but price usually likes to come back up and grab these areas before taking off lower. Uh, an example of that would be price came here, made this liquidity zone. It dropped lower, came back up. It took it out, pushed a little bit higher, took everyone's stops out, and then the market sank lower. So that's Tesla. I'm gonna be holding on to that one until the market shows me that it's gonna reverse, because if you're cutting your winners short but holding on to your losers, you're doing it backwards. So I'm holding on to this and I'm gonna wait for the market to give me information that it wants to head the opposite direction. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I got my fib set on here. I only traded Bitcoin for a hot second. Not only traded Bitcoin, but I marked up Bitcoin a ton. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, when I marked up Bitcoin, I was on fire with it. Like, your boy did not miss. I know that's saying a lot, but I did not miss with Bitcoin. We took out this. We made a new high. Okay. We're gonna zoom in. This is the daily again. You're gonna get a lot of your core analysis. All you really need from the daily time frame. Okay, y'all. You don't have to go fishing for it. On the lower time frames, it's all gonna be right here. Boom. So it's kind of in this channel. What you're seeing here, it didn't grab this liquidity zone up top. So I'm gonna leave that on there and take off this old line. I'm gonna take off this old line, take off this old line, delete these targets here, and then I'm gonna tighten up this trend. I'm now gonna look over on the left side of the chart here at where there might be some potential areas that it could target to go lower. And since I'm not seeing anything real clear on the daily, I'm gonna now drop into the 4-hour time frame. Let's see. There's a potential low. It's not super significant. That low got grabbed. That's what I'm talking about by liquidity. Is like, it made this low, it never grabbed it, it pushed higher, and then price dropped down, snagged this low out, and then headed higher. But if we look now, it didn't do that here. It made this little dip in the market. It even made one here, but it never grabbed the lows, and then it just kind of ran higher. That can be our conservative target. That can be our non-conservative target at 50,000 and 48,000. But price is in a good area right now. Still not a third touch off the trend line. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to give us a third touch, but usually it likes to. That's just how Bitcoin is. You can see we got a beautiful trend line running up. Let's rein this baby back in. We're gonna separate our patterns in there. Not too much of a trend going on there. This would have been more so liquidity zone again. This would have been like your override, kind of how you're seeing we have yes, this liquidity zone, and yes, we have this liquidity zone mark. It's the same principle for this. This one's our conservative, this one's our like non-conservative trend. So it took out the conservative trend. It could have pushed higher, but as soon as we got this break below, we're looking for any type of retracement back up, which it gave, and then you would have been looking to short the market. However, And we got 5 minutes left on the stream, so just hang in there. Right now, though, on Bitcoin, where are we right now? Well, I see a small flag forming, and usually a flag is a great indication that the market might want to go ahead and give us a little more down to the bottom side. If you're not trying to force your trend, okay, you're not drawing this thing all wonky and you're reading between the lines, we could get a push back up to here, and then we could look for some downside, maybe all the way down to 50,000 in that area, like I said, and then we could be looking for some type of big move up to the top, or it could just keep dropping. Don't get your feelings hurt if I say that. If you got money heavily invested in crypto, you should be looking at your charts too. You shouldn't just be hoping and praying that it just works out at the end of the day, because the market's the market. It can do what it wants. Does not have to play by your rules. No one said it has to play by your rules. We just take the information for what it is, strictly that information. However, there's a ton of opportunity on this upside. I don't think it's not going to come back up here. I'm just looking like there's so many liquidity grabs that never got taken out. There's one. We're looking here. I'm just going to grab the obvious ones. There's one. That one got taken. This one never got taken. It was close, but it didn't get grabbed. Near miss, and then it came lower. So those are the targets I would be looking at on the way back up. Is 63 first target, 67 second target. These top two are definitely going to take a lot longer to reach if it does go up there. But for as far as downsides, like where I would be looking to start to invest inside of Bitcoin again, 50,000. That's just me. That's my low that I have marked. Again, that's pretty conservative too. Like 50,000 is a lot closer than people think. Like super close. And let's do an update on the DXY. Yeah, she came back to the trend line today. Yeah, came back to the trend line today. It didn't go up there. Just tighten some stuff up. There we go. And for anyone wondering why I have a trend drawn here and then a line drawn through here, it's because I like to separate my patterns. And if you can look, that's a descending angle. This is an ascending angle, which means price is going up to a point of structure, like this potential daily high that I have marked. It's slowly, correctively going up there. It means it's not impulsively getting there and then forming a correction. It's forming structure as it goes. It's not the same. You're seeing a lot smaller candles and it's slowly getting into this area, which means typically when price does get up into this area, you're not gonna expect this huge move up just out of nowhere unless there's some massive news event. You're gonna get a little bit of a push above, maybe a stop hunt from the market makers where they're buying all their orders or their puts and stuff. And then, yeah, market would drop from there. So we have a lot of corrective structure on the dollar, not a lot of impulsive moves going on behind it. But hey, if you enjoyed the stream, please be sure to like, comment, and let me know what pair you want me to check out this next session that we have. So we have 20 seconds left. Let's just pop back to the gold. Let you get one last good look at it. And we will catch you next trading session. Peace.